Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you are a part of the Startup CEO family, welcome back again. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate you as well. Well, my name is Michelle, and you see I'm putting on some lip gloss because this is the first time. My lips are so dry. What's going on right now? It really keeps my lips dry with that mask on all the time. So I had the opportunity to put some lipstick on after finishing a business situation here. So today I want to come to you correct and tell you why the skinny stimulus is not fat enough. Now, I know if you've been paying attention to the news, hopefully you have. It pays to be informed in today's economy, because if you're not informed, you're going to miss out on a lot. And it's my job to share that information with you, being that majority of the time on this channel, we talk about business, we talk about relationships, we talk about strategy, real estate, motivation, inspiration, food, travel, all of that together, lifestyle. So today's lifestyle message is the skinny stimulus is not fat enough. And what do I mean by that? You know, as a taxpayer, I find it very, very disturbing in a nice way. I'm going to say that. I find it disturbing that Congress does not think enough of the American people to sit down to come to some terms of agreement. Now, I say that because the skinny stimulus is not fat enough. They still have not come to any conclusion or any agreement on what they plan to give to the American people. Now, we are all affected by the decisions that take place in Congress, that take place in the administration, and that take place within government. And this is why it's so important to be proactive in your voting measures. Number one, because you vote these people into Congress. By voting them into Congress, you're choosing who you want to make decisions on your behalf. And to be honest with you, I have been so disappointed in the fact that this being an election year, number one, that people are so concerned about politics versus policy. Now, when we're talking about politics versus policy, you're going on a totally different landscape of really deciding what you're sharing with the American people, if it suits them or if it suits you. And right now, I think the administration, Congress, is all about themselves, and that's scary. Reason being, the skinny stimulus is not fat enough because they have not come to a decision. They're fighting on how much it should be for your household when there have been 11 million people, and probably more, who have filed for unemployment. Now, I speak to you that I'm not in that situation because I am able to take care of my things that I have in place, but I have a business and it affects me. I have family members, I have friends that are in a situation, and I just think back to when I was in that situation and I could not meet my daily expenses. That should be a concern for you, to be proactive instead of reactive, and understanding that right now, today, September 10th, 2020, that we are living in some critical moments. So I was listening to the news trying to get all this together, and I'm going to share with you what the stimulus bill was supposed to include. Okay? It was supposed to include education, small business loans, which affects me, and to be honest with you, education too, because I have a child that is finishing up his senior year in college. So whatever they do with education, that impacts him and us. Small business loans, having access to money, it has become a problem. Testing, tracing testing, and for the American taxpayer, which is all of us pay into a system that is supposed to deliver to us. We pay into these politicians because they're still getting paid when they go out on leave. And from my understanding, as of September 30th, they are leaving until after the election, which is November 3rd, which is almost a month and a half, several days, several weeks after the election. So if this does not concern you, then I'm like, what you doing? Because for the average American, which 97% of people are, this affects their livelihood, their household. So the Democrats, they want $2.2 trillion, whereas the Republicans say we're only going to give you $1.15 trillion. My question, why isn't there a happy medium? Why don't they come at 1.5 trillion and make everybody happy? Because see, you're not going to always get what you want. And I've learned that in the area of business and life, negotiation is key. And you have people in office right now that don't know how to come to the table to negotiate. There is a $1 trillion difference between 1.15 trillion and 2.2 trillion, but there's also a happy medium with 1.7, 1.5 or something trillion dollars where they can agree, where we as the American people don't have to sit up here and wonder what we're going to eat, if our businesses are going to close, if we're going to have enough funding resources to take us from one day to the next. So I was listening into a gentleman that was on TV, and Doug Jones, I don't know what party he's from, but he says these votes are purely political. Excuse me, he was Democrat. Purely political. And it doesn't take a real smart person to see that it's not. Again, we're in an election year, so everything is going to be driven by politics. And so it's really sad because we have an election coming up, and post office, these people, things have been getting lost at the post office. I have heard stories from people that have put things in the mail and it was lost, or things that were put in the mail and it was never received after a long period of time. And so we have to really recognize that right now our country is in a real serious situation. And I bring this to your attention, no matter which party you are for, it's not about party right now. It's about people. And when you start putting party before people, you have problems. Because right now, somebody is going to become homeless. Somebody is going to be hungry. And most of the time, it's children that are impacted by the decisions of adults. And we have to be more proactive with what's going on, why is it going on, and then demanding answers. If you don't demand answers, then you are literally taking whatever time and whatever they put and push down your throat. Now, I personally have been a registered Republican my whole life, since 18 years old when I first started to vote. I've never voted for person. I've voted for policy. Policy which enables me to understand and to appreciate if I'm going to be able to feed my family, if I'm going to be able to run my businesses, if I'm going to be able to work a job and get the money, the income that I deserve. Education has always been on the forefront of my mind. Housing administration, discrimination, because as you can see, I am a woman of color, a brown woman, black, if you want to be truthful. And, it's hard for black people. I'm just going to be real. And most black people will tell you that no matter how much education you have, we still struggle with issues in America. People of color struggle with issues worldwide. And it's not about politics. It's about people. So the stimulus is skinny and not fat enough because they will not come to some terms of agreement, and they rather play chess with the lives of the American people. Over 190,000 people have died for a virus that was known to be killing people and serious to be killing people and had the capacity to kill many. But yet we want to sit back and debate and take sides and all of that. What's most important to you? Health care, education, money, whether or not you're going to have food on your table tomorrow, whether you're going to have gas to put in your money to put gas in your car. All of these things should really impact you. But if you've never been without, then they probably won't. Because everybody is not privileged. Everybody does not have the same means of survival. And so when I heard that they have not come to an agreement discussing the next stimulus that's supposed to come out, I got upset. And I said, I literally have to share my concerns because we all have a voice. And the power of a vote is a voice. And no matter who you vote for, you need to vote. But hopefully what has been taking place, and as you can see the division in our country, hopefully that will lead you and guide you to vote right. And when I say right, I mean putting the people in office that will care about you and not kill you. Do you hear me? I'm speaking truth. And we need to be people of action, proactive versus reactive. Because being reactive gets you in trouble. And that's in life, in business, relationships, in anything you do. If you're not proactive and you're reactive, you'll get the end result or the result that you don't want. And so pay attention to the news because, see, the majority leader controls the floor. And he has to give the okay before both sides come to the table to discuss anything. And if the majority leader is not on your side, you're probably not going to get a compromise. And it just baffles me that adults cannot sit down to have a formidable conversation about the needs of society and people versus party, versus themselves. And so we really need to take action and understand that this is a big deal. The PPE expired last month. I just got an email the other day that states that now I can go ahead and submit documentation to have my loan forgiven because we were recipients of the PPE. And I'm so thankful that we had all of our paperwork in order to qualify for that loan, but so many people didn't. And there again, preparation is key. Preparation is important. If you don't understand how to do something, get help. But a lot of people didn't. And I know so many small business owners, being a business coach, business strategist that I'm talking to regularly, that are struggling day to day just to keep the doors open, just to keep employees on staff, just to say that they got a business. It's hard right now for most people. And the only way that we can overcome what's going on right now is to be, again, proactive. Unemployment benefits, people were given an extra $600 stipend, which was helping them to at least maintain a household. That don't even look like that's coming back. They wanted to cut it into half to $300. Now they're saying the states are going to be responsible for that. Well, how is that going to happen when you have states that don't even have money? I am born and raised in Illinois, and Illinois has been in debt since God knows how long. They haven't even been able to pay their bills for the things that they already owe. So how does government think, or the administration think, that government, the home field where you live, can take care of all of its people when it's underwater or overwhelmed? And so the skinny stimulus is not fat enough. And it comes down to decision. It comes down to people choosing what they need versus what they want. Because right now, people need answers. People need income. People need to know, what will tomorrow look like? And I must always say that I am a woman of prayer. And I've been praying for my clients. I've been praying for the situation. I've been praying for myself. Hallelujah. But we must come to the conclusion that in order for things to change, we got to start speaking up. In order for things to change, we got to be proactive. In order for things to change, we have to be uncomfortable with what they want us to be comfortable with. And when you start making those decisions and you know they're going to impact not only you, but it's going to impact your children, the decisions you make today, who you vote for, policy versus people, then your whole perspective will change and your mindset will too. I'm Michelle, the Startup CEO. I typically talk about business, real estate, life, food, travel, relationships, and everything in between. If you've liked what you heard today, or if you have questions or comments, please leave them below. Also, go ahead and click that subscribe button, because if this was not for you, I'm sure I have delivered something for you on my page. And I look forward to communicating and engaging with you, because this is an important topic. And if you're not talking about it, then I'm asking you, why not? Why aren't you talking about this? Because it's serious. This is not only going to impact your life today, but tomorrow as well. If it's not going to impact you, it's going to impact your kids. And we need to be mindful of that. Okay, so thanks again for being here. Blessings and peace unto you. I had to catch you while it was on my mind, while I was driving around taking care of business, and now was a perfect time. There's never a better time than now. Talk to you soon. Blessings and peace until next time, and may everything you touch may it turn to gold. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.